let's talk about last night. PSG, Bayern Munich semi-final. Did you enjoy it?
Yes, I did. It was just, as we talked about, what we've been waiting for a very long time. Although we had a little test with Inter Milan versus Barcelona last year. But that was just crazy. And we were thanking, obviously the likes of Vincent Kompany and Luis Enrique for having that philosophy and identity, but we keep on forgetting, or not forgetting, that the guy that is at the beginning, well, I said the guy, that's disrespectful, the big man that's at the beginning of all of that is Rinus Michels. He started to think about total football, develop it, brought that style, obviously, in Holland, then at Ajax particularly, then obviously he went to Barcelona, as we all know. He brought Johan Cruyff with him in 1974, where they didn't win the league in Barcelona for 14 years. And so then obviously the big man that we're seeing now, Johan Cruyff, elevated it to a different level, because he was actually the player that was putting on the field what they call him the general. Rinus Michels was putting on the board. He was the guy doing that. Then obviously that brought it down to Pep Guardiola. That brought it down to Luis Enrique and what we saw yesterday, Vincent Kompany. Those guys, obviously, if it wasn't for Rinus Michels and Johan Cruyff keeping that philosophy alive to make sure that those guys were going to have the same identity and philosophy, we wouldn't have that yesterday.
Who inspired you as a coach, Thierry?
Pep, I'll say Pep. And I think, Jamie, Mike, I don't know if you will remember because you're a bit younger. I'm not obviously having a go.
No.
I'm just saying, the Ajax team, the Holland 88, you thinking about how they were playing total football, changing position, it didn't really matter. Everybody was attacking, everybody was defending. And I was just thinking this morning when I woke up, while we're giving credit to, and by the way, as it's supposed to be, to Vincent Kompany and Luis Enrique for the philosophy and identity, you also need to remind people where it came from. A guy in Holland thinking about a way of playing football that has been developed, enhanced by obviously Johan Cruyff, and we all know what it did for Ajax and also Barcelona. But listen, like I said, that's what we want to see. And Johan Cruyff used to say, I would rather win a game 5-4 than winning a game 1-0. And I guess he knew what was going to be the result of the game yesterday. But it's just, as you would call it, total football, and that's what we saw yesterday. So yes, I enjoyed it.
The oracle.
Long story short.
The oracle. You see, you always learn something with TT. I love it.
You leaned in like you were at school.
Yeah, I loved it.
You enjoyed it.
What are you going to teach us?
I'm not here to teach, I'm here to direct the questions.
I'll tell you what she's really good at.
What?
Percentages.
Stop it, man.
Why will that joke never die? Anyway, well, what about you? How do you reflect on yesterday?
Loved it. Brilliant game. I think the brilliant thing about it was we weren't surprised. You knew it was going to happen. I think we all felt, or we all feel it's going to happen in the second leg as well. And listen, I think a lot of football now, whether it's right or not, or people look back on the past a bit more nostalgic, but it was just special, and we feel like we haven't seen this for a while, maybe in our domestic leagues as well. But when you get to the Champions League, it just is the creme de la creme. And I know we have the World Cup in the summer, but the World Cup, unfortunately, won't come close to the latter stage of the Champions League. Nothing can touch it.
Well, tonight, Champions League semi-final action does continue with the two teams, of course, who have yet to win the trophy. It's Arsenal, it's Atletico Madrid. The stakes are high in Madrid, and we're going to go from one big European capital yesterday to another tonight in Madrid. It's a fabulous football city, and it's seen its share of massive European nights. What it hasn't seen before is this. Atletico Madrid's Metropolitano Stadium hosting a semi-final first leg. And the visitors are the Premier League leaders, Arsenal. So, over in Madrid for us tonight, Guillem, Balague and Alessandro del Piero. Look at them. Wow. We've gone big tonight for the semi, haven't we?
Colourful, isn't it? But
yes.
It's a night that deserves it. And by the way, about yesterday, everybody's talking about it here. I don't know how many conversations I had on the way here. I imagined you the same. But I just wonder in your brain, some of your brain is a forward. You were a forward, of course. And you look at the game and you think, I would have liked to be there, so many spaces. But some of your brain is Italian as well. It's like, guys, don't you have to defend?
Yes, I mean, I still football hangover, let's say like this, because what happened last night was the beauty of attacking and the quality of goals, definitely. They were missing some defense, yes, in the defense in Italian way, for sure, but I didn't see huge mistakes from defenders or from goalkeepers. Maybe some adjustment, you know. Already Luis Enrique asked, you know, I need to talk with the guys about like some adjustment to make, because it's a perfect guy. But besides that, this happens once in a while that we can see games like this, and it's lovely to watch the roller coaster of emotion. That's the beauty, you know. When at some point, you know, Bayern start well and dominate. At some point, almost scores 2-0, and then in 5 minutes we were 2-1 for Paris, and then 3-2 at the end of the first half, and then 5-2 or so. Okay, now it's over. Now it's halfway on Istanbul, right? And then come back again Bayern with that string and that quality. So it's
Momentous.
Yes.
It's like the man getting to the moon, that kind of thing.
Alessandro, yesterday we had a conversation with Jamie and Thierry about their experience of Champions League semi-finals. We would love to get your thoughts on playing in a Champions League semi-finals, because there's nobody in this studio here that scored a hat-trick, by the way, in a Champions League semi-final. How about that? Come on.
Against us also. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was an amazing night.
Unbelievable.
And scoring 3 goals, of course, in the semi-final is a blast, you know. And we won a good game, the first game. And back on your question, Kate, I think semi-finals give you the best chills, because you know, especially in the first game, you know that you have a second leg, so you can push, you can provocate, you can do everything, and you play home, and this is something special. I mean, tonight Atletico players, they feel special, you know, they feel like kings in their reign. So. Supported by everybody, so that is the feeling when you play a semi-final at home like this. And the final is a little bit different.
One thing we want to ask, if you remember as well, is that so there was an incident at the end of the game where there's a colleague, a teammate of Thierry's, who asks for your shirt, and you look at him and you kind of wave him off. You say, no, it's going to him, which is Thierry. So we're interested.
Exactly.
Who instigated this shirt swap, and do you still have the shirt?
I still have the shirt, of course. I don't remember who did the first, but you know, TT already was a big name everywhere. So it was a pleasure for me to have this kind of changes.
I still have the shirt. I need to find it. I have
That's a special
the shirt.
one.
Alessandro, do you know how much of a legend you are? You know them pictures there with the long locks and Del Piero? I feel like you're too humble about yourself. You still look amazing now, but back then it was classic.
How we used to shape his beard on the
Yeah,
side.
I mean,
One
Micah.
line.
Oh,
That was
amazing.
outstanding.
Micah, did you see me humble? I mean, of course, besides jokes, I'm always thinking that you need to be humble every time. But this doesn't mean that you don't understand who you are and where you are and what you're doing, what you're saying, especially in our situation, you know, that you have a responsibility of what we say. We love to laugh, but we need also to give to the people the right thought.